I saw what happened, and I won't let it slide. It's not the first time Justin will do such a cheap tricks of poking eyes like those.
Joe Rogan has weighed in on the chaos surrounding Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett, and his take has completely shifted the conversation about the fight. While most fans focused on Gaethje's relentless pressure and Pimblett's grit, a growing part of the MMA community is now zeroing in on something else entirely: the controversial moments that could have changed the outcome. Rogan didn't hold back, questioning how often the action was paused, how many warnings were overlooked, and whether the damage Pimblett suffered was worsened by repeated fouls that went unpunished in real time.
I didn't understand his game plan even. He wanted to box with Gaethje, but he couldn't wrestle him, he couldn't box him. He just a little bit young and he has a better chin. But he's a trash can.
The assignment. We're on Paramount. There's a new network. They're going to be new fans. We need to introduce them to what the UFC is. I think after watching that, everybody that was tuned in are going to be lifelong fans of the UFC. Because on the special nights, there is not a sport in the world that can compare to the UFC. And tonight we have one of those special
that he lost the fight. He comes back and murders like most guys.
Yeah.
Like anyone that doesn't have the grit. Like obviously everyone, like myself and everybody else, is worried about how much a fight like this takes out of you. But he's super young.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I think he's young enough to bounce back from a fight like this and to turn it into a superpower moving forward. Because not many people survive Gaethje the way he does, the way he did, or like have moments of greatness late in the fight after taking the hits.
And when you watch the fight through that lens, it becomes impossible to ignore. Multiple eye pokes, halted scrambles, and constant disruptions to the momentum. Maybe not enough to change the official result, but more than enough to fuel debate, because Paddy Pimblett didn't just lose that fight, he endured a brutal beating.
Do you want, really? How many fights do we sit through, whether it be boxing or MMA, where you've got two fighters in there who are, yes, they're fighters, but they're not fighters to the level that some people are. There's some fighters who were willing to die to win a world title. That's what we were talking about in there tonight. They were risking it all. They never took a step backwards. They were constantly trying to brutalize each other. That was a throwback to the days when I first started watching MMA. Those are the fights that built the UFC. We're talking Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, BJ Penn. We're talking a level of violence that blew a demographic of men away, where we were like, holy shit, we need to start watching fucking this cage fighting shit. This was a throwback to those classic old MMA fights. Yes, it might not have been the best technical fight you've ever seen. Who gives a shit? Sean O'Malley's fight, the fight beforehand, very technical. Will anybody remember it? Will they fuck? No disrespect to Sean, he's a fucking talented fighter. But when it's do or die like that, it just fucking, it lives in the memory. And that's a fight of the year
I remember when Paddy first arrived in the UFC, you were saying stuff like, well, his entrance is good and it's all well and good to get fans, but he needs to be able to fight. Obviously, we've seen him have great wins before, but to show you the durability at that point tonight, do you feel like even though he lost, considered one of the best in that division moving forward?
No doubt about it. I mean, he was the favorite tonight. I think that every other one, he's the underdog and everybody thinks he's going to lose. Tonight he's the favorite. I don't think that his game plan was the greatest. Obviously, tonight he showed he is tough, he is durable, and almost I mean, especially against Gaethje. And you're eating those punches from him. You know, it's one thing to say, listen, I'm going to come out. I believe in my durability. I believe in my chin, and I'm going to go toe-to-toe with this guy. But when it starts to not work, at some point you got to say, you know what? It's the third round. I got 2 rounds left. I might want to try to take him down and submit him here.
Oh! Pimblett standing up like a fucking Christmas tree. Shoot, you oh, good lord. There we go! Justin can fight this all day. He can do this all day long. He'll do the jab, he'll come behind him, get close, and then he's gonna get you close to the octagon. He's gonna start fighting you with his hands. He's gonna hit you with the right hand. That's what he does. And he's pulling away. For somebody with good grappling, it's like, go underneath, shoot a takedown. He's trying to fight a bull that you don't have the power to beat the bull. And Paddy, all Paddy has to do is go to his back and he's good. Go around him, Justin. Just go around him. Yeah, Justin Gaethje won that. I think Paddy Pimblett did not follow the corner's game plan.
Listen, given how popular Ilya's become, how big do you think that fight could be between you two?
I mean, if I had any bit of a personality, it'd be fucking huge. But I just can't. I can't lie. I can't exaggerate. You know, it's what I do. It's who I am. It's who my parents taught me to be. But I mean, there's no doubt it'll be the best, one of the best fights that they could definitely put on. It'll be for an undisputed belt, and I think they want to have 6 or 7, whatever. They want to have as many as possible. So if he's not back by then, they will strip him, and I will be undisputed and then outside to the belt.
Gaethje walked him down, hammered his legs, and forced him into survival mode for long stretches of the fight. Paddy showed heart, durability, and unreal toughness just to stay in it. But as the later rounds unfolded, the damage was clear: swollen face, blurred vision, no rhythm. And that's where the controversy deepens. Some fans believe the repeated eye poke issues stopped Paddy from ever finding his grappling-heavy game plan.
Justin Gaethje won rounds 1, 2, and 4. Very clear, by the way, as well, especially in the first 2 rounds. And Pimblett won rounds 3 and 5, I thought. Very clearly in round 3. And then round 5 was a scrappy round that I thought he got the better of. This was a great scrap. I have no idea how Paddy Pimblett did not get flatline KO'd on about 50 different occasions. If he lost, yes, he did lose. And if he lost any stock from this, the one saving grace is that he's been saying for a long time, we don't get knocked out, lad. And that would be the worst thing to happen to him. If he got KO'd in one of these fights badly, that would just be his ridicule forever. What happened to Scousers don't get knocked out, and it'd just be images of Paddy Pimblett out cold. I have no idea how he didn't get flatlined in this fight. Justin Gaethje was cracking him with so many overhand rights. And the worst part was, it's not even like you were understanding why he took the shot so well. Oh, he was rolling with that one. Oh, he tucked into that one a little bit. He saw it coming. I could see the shots coming. I was wincing while Gaethje was loading up because you could see Pimblett leaving exchanges with his chin up in the air and just getting his whole jaw span. And somehow he's still in the fight and throwing back. Absolutely crazy fight. Justin Gaethje started very slow, but picked it up towards the end of round 1 with a big knockdown against the cage. It should be mentioned, even though it's going to be seen as biased for me to bring this up, I bring up fouls in every fight breakdown I do. I know I wanted Paddy to win, but I am going to bring up the fouls. Gaethje fought very fucking dirty in this fight. A lot of eye pokes, a groin shot as well. I think Paddy Pimblett had a groin shot that he landed too, but that was towards the end of the fight where it was just an absolute mess of a scrap.
The main event's capped off with a war. Just give us your thoughts on Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett delivering a 5-round battle.
Yeah, I mean, what a couple. So Paddy Pimblett at the weigh-ins yesterday says, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out tomorrow. And I was like, that's interesting. And he never abandoned that game plan. Even when, he got dropped a couple times, I kept waiting for him. I'm like, he's eventually going to have to shoot and try to submit him. Now, I didn't know Paddy Pimblett had a chin like that till tonight. And, absolute dogfight in a war, and much respect to both guys.
No, I love it. This guy, I love everything he's been saying. He definitely sounds overconfident. He's out here disrespecting legends like Dustin Poirier. I'm going to dog walk this English on Saturday. You watch.
Well, Dustin's never got a nice word to say about me, lad. So, I was honest and said he looked like shit against Gaethje. Fucking hell, stop fucking crying, you can't get
That wasn't even the fight you were talking about. You said his last fight.
Which? No, I'm saying Dustin looked like shit against Holloway. That was what I said.
You would also look like shit against Holloway.
Well, we'll see. Once I beat you, I could end up fighting him.
After the show, we were just talking, and he looked me dead in the eye, and he goes, I'm going to be one of the biggest stars in the UFC. A year before his debut. And I just thought, yeah, maybe. I thought, looking at his skill set, I thought, you know what? You've got a long way to go to get to that elite level, but there's something about him. But I don't know if I fully believed it, but he did. And it's that belief that puts you into positions like this, because yes, he lost the fight, but there was a period where when Paddy had that iffy decision, people thought he didn't belong anywhere near a Justin Gaethje, and he's come on a long way. And I think he can look at this fight one of two ways. He can get downhearted and think, well, I didn't win, or you can think, well, it was my first go at it, I've got a lot to learn. Look at the likes of Michael Bisping. You've got to keep fucking coming and coming in order to get your hands on that gold at some point. And that was the first time Justin Gaethje's gotten 5 full rounds. And I think Paddy proved a lot to a lot of haters out there that, like, look, all right, you might not like him, whatever. He's got fucking balls and he's willing to fight.
For Ilia Topuria, if he's watching this.
No. No, I don't give a f***.
He'll be in the
I
Octagon.
don't give a f***. I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. I won't give him the time of day. I'll, rely on my coach to watch him a lot. I've seen him fight, obviously, but I don't really go back and watch these guys. You know, I really rely on my coach. I watched Paddy today. I watched Paddy and Chandler today. But I really rely on my coach to create a game plan and instill it into training. And yeah, this is so fast. I have no idea what's going on right now.
If you can pick your opponent, who do you want to see next?
We don't have more legends in the sport, I think.
I would classify Justin Gaethje as a legend, and you have moved up to a division.
Por favor.
Ilia, come on, we've worked together for so long. You know that, like, yes, Justin Gaethje has done so much for the sport, has so many incredible fights, future Hall of Famer. I put him in the same regard as the 3 people that you have just finished all in a row.
Really? The only thing that I realized is that you don't like the guy, because I don't know why you want him to put him against me.
Others argue this is simply what happens when you face a pressure monster like Gaethje: chaos, collisions, and unavoidable damage. Joe Rogan's take sits somewhere in the middle. He hasn't called for the result to be overturned, and he hasn't accused anyone of intentional fouls. But he has raised the one question the UFC hates more than anything else.
Leagues above everybody, like just about everybody in the UFC. The wrestling and jiu-jitsu is there as well. His timing, his instincts. It's a hard fight in Gaethje's camp to make the fight competitive. The Gaethje that fought Paddy won't be.
Versus Justin Gaethje.
I got Ilia Topuria knocking him out after you've been dropped so much, and you're going to fight somebody who's a deadly striker, great wrestler, who has a chin, who's willing to put himself in the fire to land that shot. Let's not forget about Ilia Topuria's body work.
If this is the way they've gone, it only leaves Pimblett versus Holloway.
That's a f***ing banger too.
2 warriors that laid it all on the Octagon floor. I thought Justin Gaethje was going to get Paddy Pimblett out of there on multiple occasions, but Paddy would not quit. Paddy Pimblett kept fighting, but I think the pressure that Justin put on him early gave him enough of a lead to become the interim champion. But Ilia Topuria is knocking out the best fighters that we've ever seen in the divisions that he's competing in. Knocked out Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski while he was at featherweight, then goes to 155 and knocks out Charles Oliveira. But Justin Gaethje reminded us tonight that when you overlook him, things have a habit of working out in Justin Gaethje's way.
Back to it. That's the low kicks, low kicks. Oh! Oh! What? He ate them! He ate them! That jumping front kick is actually working for him too. For Paddy. Oh! His legs. I seen his legs. His legs. Now his legs did a thing. His legs like splashed a little bit. Oh my God! Oh my God! This guy's a zombie. Yeah. He's actually a zombie. Oh my God. Oh, he's still throwing back. He's still throwing back. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Boy. Oh! He's been rocked like 50 times in this fight, eh?
Well, hey, let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, let's go. Oh, not sure. Oh my God.
Consistency in warnings. Consistency in fighter protection. Because at this level, fights can swing on inches and seconds, and those moments matter. Now Paddy Pimblett is left to pick up the pieces. Battered, bruised, and staring down the first real setback of his UFC run.
Given how popular Ilia's become, how big do you think that fight could be between you two?
I mean, if I had any bit of a personality, it'd be huge. But I just can't. I can't lie. I can't exaggerate. You know, it's what I do. It's who I am. It's who my parents taught me to be. But I mean, there's no doubt it'll be the best. You know, one of the best fights that they could definitely put on. It'll be for an undisputed belt, and I think they want to have 6 or 7. You know, whatever. They want to have as many as possible. So if he's not back by then, they will strip him, and I will be undisputed, and then I'll fight for the belt. on there and defend it.
What's the next fight for Paddy the Baddy? The obvious answer, regardless of the result at UFC 325 next week in Sydney, is Dan Hooker. But there are other options. When you put in a performance like he did against Justin Gaethje at UFC 324, you enter a whole new bracket of conversation. A bracket labelled BMF. Paddy versus either Max or Charles after UFC 326? Deal me in. I'm speculating, but one thing is absolutely certain. Even in defeat, Paddy Pimblett's stock in the UFC has risen.
He hits hard, Gaethje, you can see already. Paddy's clipping him a bit there though. Good knee up the middle. Oh, Gaethje's dropped him. Go on, Paddy, get moving. You got Paddy's back on the fence. Once he gets there, obviously there's nowhere for Paddy really to go. So that's when he can start to go in that medium kind of range, throw the uppercuts and the right hands over the top. And he's so powerful from there. You can see the power difference straight away. Paddy's got a great idea throwing that uppercut up the middle. Gaethje just takes him though. Oh, good shot from Gaethje there though. Jesus. I'd like to see Paddy in this round keep the centre a little bit more, because what Gaethje's trying to do is push him back, not really throw, and then when Paddy's got nowhere to go, when his back's on the fence, that's when Gaethje really starts to unload, which is where he's dangerous. Gaethje's just walking down though. Got a bit of a cut. Oh man. Paddy's looking comfortable here though. Start of the third. He's on the low kick and the jab this round, which is great to see. Great round for Paddy. 2-1. Let's see if he does the same in the fourth. Hopefully he will. Oh, he's catching him a bit now. He's so strong, Gaethje. It's ridiculous. It just looks painful fighting Justin Gaethje. Oh, that overhand right that he does is good. Paddy's seriously tough. These two are going to have a headache for about 5 days. Paddy's having a go, but he's missed a lot of them. Gaethje's got him down. Great fight though. Paddy's tough as hell. That overhand right, you can't miss with it, Gaethje, can he? Knee's a perfect option against him because he keeps dipping his head. Come on, Paddy. Oh, he's doing spinning stuff. Knee him in the balls. Keep going. What a crazy fight. Well done, boys. That was good. I think Gaethje won it, but I think Paddy did amazing. Justin Gaethje's an absolute beast. No shame in that at all. Paddy's fought at the top level there, the absolute top of the top level. Did absolutely amazing. Should be proud of him.
While some critics are quick to write him off, others see this as a turning point, the moment where Paddy either fades or evolves. The division moves forward either way. Justin Gaethje remains near the top of the food chain, and Paddy now faces a long road to recovery, both physically and mentally.
Bad. Has the big moment of the round, but Pimblett gets right back to picking him apart after that. So Pimblett is up in the round bar the knockdown, but he loses the first round 10-9. Round 2, maybe you can't score it 10-8, but it was so close to a finish, I think you have to give out 10-8s for those types of things. There was 2 knockdowns for Gaethje in this fight. But still a competitive round. Round 3, you see Pimblett start to really run away with the numbers towards the end of it. Both guys were scrapping it in the early part of the round. I think Gaethje groin shot him in the clinch, and that never got called either. So Gaethje ended up beating him up in the clinch at one point early. But then Pimblett starts landing non-stop. This was one of the big moments in the third round where I thought it's all going to change. We're leading towards a Pimblett sweep in the last 3 rounds. And if Gaethje didn't get a 10-8, this is going to be a Pimblett finish or a win based on the last 3. And Pimblett starts landing everything he throws. Towards the end of round 3, jab, body kick, low kick. And Gaethje's starting to like shake around a bit, lose his balance a bit and feel the damage of the shots. Low kicks were adding up for Pimblett. Body kicks were adding up as well. I don't know what the stats are for body shots and low kicks. Yeah, Pimblett was all over. 53, 30, 16. Mixed it up to the body a lot more than Gaethje did, for sure. And he starts teeing off on Gaethje towards the end of round 3. Then he jump knees Gaethje and hits him in the groin. Momentum ceases, but he has a good end of the third round after that anyway. Then round 4. He starts doing well, but Gaethje starts finding his timing. They start jabbing a lot, and Gaethje started jabbing with him, and once he had his jab down, he started winging the right overhands. Again, no idea how he didn't get the KO. No idea how he didn't chin Pimblett. There were times when he would land 3 overhand rights in a row. Bear in mind, this is a Gaethje who lands the overhand right on Barboza. Maybe not the same version, but if he lands this on other fighters, they are going out.
The hype train may have slowed, but the spotlight hasn't disappeared. If anything, it's even sharper now, because what happens next could define everything. Will Paddy adjust his style? Will the UFC step up fighter protection? And will this fight spark tougher conversations behind the scenes about enforcement inside the Octagon? One thing is certain, this bout didn't just shake the lightweight division, it shook the rules themselves.